Land, thank you for coming to my channel. This is Phoenix Dingo. First things first, please subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 viewers. All right, so today I'm talking about the DNC Town Hall on climate. First of all, I absolutely love this idea. I've been complaining about this forever, so I'm really excited that they did it. I think it's important because when people are talking about their issues, for instance, Andrew Yang, he got like a minute to be able to say, hey, I'm Asian, I want to give everyone $1,000. Makes him sound crazy, right? But in knowing his whole policy and what he's trying to do and why, what the motivation is behind what he's doing, it makes a lot more sense. So I am extremely happy that they did this because now when he says things, people have a context to go back to. I think that's very important, and I hope they do a couple more issues before the next debate. I think it'll really give Andrew Yang the big boost that he needs because he's not going to seem like that crazy guy who's calling himself a nerd who has the math hat, which I can't wait till I can finally get one. It's sad. I really want to get a job just so I can get some Andrew Yang stuff because I would love to be able to represent and have that stuff on while I'm doing these videos, but it's whatever. Okay, so what I want to do is do the top 2 losers and the top 2 winners. I'm going to start off with the biggest loser, which would be Joe Biden. First, can we talk about this makeup? It's truly tragic. I can't. I won't. He needs to fire whoever's doing his makeup. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's just too powdered. It's painted so thick. It's almost got me wondering what's hiding beneath. Just saying. He fumbled a lot. He seemed very, when he came out, he was very much like a jock with arthritis. It was very, yes, I'm full of energy. Yeah. It was just so fake. Like you could tell he wanted to go to bed. He was tired. I hate to pick on him like that. I don't think he's a horrible person, but it was just so fake to me. It could have been real. I could have, anyways. Watching him was very awkward. Especially the very first question that the girl asked when she was saying that the older generation dropped the ball, and how were we going to be able to trust that he would not take the money from the people that don't have the best interest at heart. And he was like, I never have in my whole career, and just stared at her. It was creepy. He seemed to give very general answers, the answers that most of the Democrats do, enough to just kind of glide over, sail through, because he knows he's at the top of the game. But for what? It makes no sense to me. He's not offering anything. There's nothing new that he's pushing for. He just kind of everything that's popular. Yeah, I'm about that. Kind of like Hillary with hot sauce in her purse. Okay. It's not very convincing, and he just was very blah. Nothing, no real substance to anything he was saying. Just a bunch of clap notes to get people to be like, yes. So he's with the climate, but where's your plan? Where's your plan? That's pretty much, I was just left with more questions after listening to him. It was like my ears were bleeding. And obviously his own body agreed because his one eye filled with blood. It was creepy. It was so creepy, and I was kind of scared. I'm scared for his health. I really am. That has nothing to do with my opinion on whether or not he should be running or anything like that. Just an observation. All right, yeah. So he is the biggest loser of the night. I'm just not into him like that. And he was very crotchety too. His answers were kind of crotchety. If he felt remotely challenged, he just didn't receive it well. And like the heat, I don't know. If you can't take that kind of heat, that's the kind of person who's going to be quick to rush to, go to war. I don't know. I don't like him. Okay, moving on to number 2, because I don't want to run out of time. The runner-up big loser is Miss Warren. She came out like a crystal meth cheerleader. She was just woo, just all the way turned up, even though it just didn't seem like it was real either. She must have wanted to go to bed too. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't past her bedtime, but it definitely seemed like she was putting on a lot of extra effort to be exciting, but it seemed really fake to me. Um, Now, don't get me wrong. I like Elizabeth Warren. I feel like her heart is in the right place, but I just don't see a cohesive train of thought when it comes down to a lot of what she was saying, and she sidestepped stuff. They would ask her questions, and then she would talk about something different. And though she had some points, overall, it just did not seem like it was all put well together. It wasn't well thought out. I just didn't see it. So I put her as the number two loser. Um, Now we're gonna go with my two favorites of the night. Runner up is Bernie Sanders. Anyone who knows me knows that I was feeling the burn last time around. I like him. He's been fighting hard for a very long time, and he's been consistent for a very long time. So I definitely respect him. I like him. The only thing is, his vision no longer is current to me, and therefore I can't stand behind it as of this point. So for this time around, I'm definitely Yang Gang. He did have detailed answers. He did seem to have a full notion of what's going on and a pretty comprehensive uh, grasp on how to handle things. So I'm not overly disappointed with his performance. I think he did pretty good. But the real winner of the night, in my personal opinion, is Andrew Yang. One, his demeanor. He handled everything very well. I love the fact that it was town hall, so people were able to ask questions. He didn't know what was coming. He didn't seem shook at all with any of the questions. He answered them very well. He handled the shade from the interviewer. The interviewer was definitely shady when he was trying to, with electric cars, does everyone have to drive them? His answer was in jest, but it was definitely obvious that he meant we're not going to force anyone to have an electric car, but they're going to want to, and that's part of the thing. If you give people incentive to want to be part, there's more of a chance that they're going to. Includes individuals in our country and then other countries in general. If you say, hey, you got a clunker that guzzles gas and costs you all kinds of money, we have a cheaper alternative that's really cool. It's got really cool gadgets. You'll get a newer car. We'll buy the car from you and you can get into a newer car. We have the basic universal income so it can be affordable. I mean, what's not to like about that plan? I mean, it just makes sense. It'll not only that, but it'll also drive people who are making cars to want to make more electric cars and make them more cool so they can be part of this and they can make money. It all ties together, which is one of the biggest things when it comes down to Andrew Yang. Everything is comprehensive and cohesive. Everything feeds into one another. It goes all the way. It's like a cycle. It just keeps going around and around, and it's great because I especially love the fact that he was talking about how everything is about money. So if you make it about money, then you can make it about the people. If you put the two together, you can make it. It just made so much sense, and he was so amazing when he was up there. He was funny, but he was also serious. He brought up, the scary things that we are facing, but there was hope, as in we can handle this and we can make it better for everybody because it's not just about, climate. It's about the quality of life. It's about economy. It's about our health. It's about the food that we're eating. It all feeds in together. And he just tied it up together with a nice Andrew Yang bow. After watching him, I was excited. Um, it I was excited for the future. I was excited that people got a chance to hear his full ideas, that he got the exposure. Um, I don't know if people are going to start talking like CNN, or I don't know if they're going to talk about him more, but I just honestly feel like the more that people hear what he has to say, the more you have to vote for him, because otherwise you're just voting against your better interest, in other words. And it's very serious because these problems that are happening have to be addressed. Like this next cycle, they have to be addressed. If not, we're going to be in a world of trouble. The world will be attacking this from behind instead of getting in front of the bull. It makes no sense to vote for anyone else because he's the only one who sees this stuff and has been coming up with solutions. And we haven't talked about a lot of this stuff until he brought it up. And that's why he's number one in my book, is because he's bringing up issues that no one else is talking about. You know, moving from lower ground to higher ground. No one else is really addressing that. They're not addressing the different types of things that he is. He's thinking outside of the box. But not only does he come up with the problems, he offers solutions. And I think that's what we need for a president. So, clear winner of the night, Andrew Yang. If you agree, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and say yeah. If you don't, go ahead and put some comments in. Let's talk about it. This is the time to talk about it and look things up. I am not a politician, and I only started following politics recently. So if you know something I don't, please inform me. I'll look it up, I'll do some research, and then I'll come back with another video. Till then, everyone have a wonderful day. Please subscribe and be positive.